Welcome back. Now, South African entrepreneur Luvuyo Rani, who co-founded Silulo Ulutho Technologies, was honored by Junior Chamber International, JCI, as a top 10 outstanding young persons of the world in the business, economic and entrepreneurial accomplishment sector. Silulo Ulutho is a leading regional IT solutions firm that encompasses computer training courses, internet cafes, business centers and IT retail and repair services. He joins me now via Skype for a chat on his achievement. Luvuyo, thanks so much for your time this evening. Congratulations on the award. How did it all start for you?
No, thank you. Thank you very much. It started in this year in August, where there were about 157 young people around the world who were entering JCI. And then it went to top 20, and then there was a voting of the top 10. And another top 10, then there was a selection of different sectors. So I was chosen as one of the young person who was doing well on the entrepreneurship and business.
I understand that your business started from the boot of your car. Tell us about that.
Yes, now it started in 10 years back. So I was a teacher in Kailicha. And then that time, government was introducing outcome-based education, which is OBE. And then I resigned and started selling computers on the refurbished computers to schools. Yeah. So teachers will say, some of them will say that I'm mad. I can't sell second-hand computers to them. Others, they will say that I'm selling computers to school and selling back to them. But it went after 3 months. I realized the power of stock fail. So I grouped teachers in a group of 6 and said that they must pay 400 a month. Within 6 months, all of them have got computers. So after that, after 2 years, after they bought computers, I realized that they can't type and they can't use computers. They just put them on the room dividers, and others put Mr. Mean. And then I decided to have internet cafe, hoping that internet cafe will bring the teachers to the internet. But they could not come. But I never realized that there's a huge gap in terms of ICT in our communities.
Yeah.
So the first month, we made about 250 rand as a turnover. The 12,000 expenses, it happened for 6 months. So customers were not coming in until we started training them on the basics of end user. So in 2007, we have a school where we train them over 6 months. And we've grown, this past 10 years, we've seen more than 20,000 students.
So they're no longer using feather dusters and Mr. Min to clean their computers. That's fantastic.
No. They're using computers now.
All right. So just identifying a need, because that, I think, is ultimately the foundation of social entrepreneurship. You identify a need in your community and you absolutely fill it. But tell us about the expansion then of your business. How many of these cafes do you have now, and how many people do you employ?
Well, this cafe, most of them, they are in the township and then also in the rural areas. In the Western Cape alone, we have 18 centers. In the Eastern Cape, 14 centers. In total, we have 32 centers. And we employed 150 young people working for us on a full-time basis. And we started this year with a franchise. So 5 of our stores have been owned by the former employees who owned these stores.
All right. So what are your plans then for expansion? Obviously, we've got a huge digital skills gap in the country. Are you hoping to be represented in all 9 provinces?
No, surely. I'm saying that by this time, 2017, we'll probably do about 68 stores, make it 100 stores.
Wow.
So we'll be in every province in South Africa, particularly in the township, also in the rural areas. So we can do that in terms of expansion, but also we are going to do that through franchising.
When you went to accept your award in Germany, obviously you were exposed to young people from other parts of the world. Would you say that they share the same challenges that you face as a young entrepreneur in South Africa?
Yes. In the different parts of the world, they are sharing, especially young people are sharing the same problem, but in a different context, in a different way in terms of where we are, because we're still far behind as a country around the digital, divide. But others, they are more on the social, in terms of humanities, or more on sport, or more on cultures. But you could see that young people around the globe, they are giving in, say that, we want to own the space, but also want to make a change.
So what would you like to see change, Luvuyo?
No, I think for me, on the ICT, I mean, the price of the internet is still quite expensive. The access in terms of the deeper rural areas and the township in terms of infrastructure is still biggest a problem. So I've loved to see and skilling of our people. Because I mean, like, as much as technology in terms of social media have moved very fast. I mean, the majority of our people, they're still, far, and it costs so much for them to access technologies. So I could see in our country that would probably Wi-Fi in those areas and connectivity and a device much more affordable. Okay. And that could make a difference. And that can stimulate entrepreneurship and economic development in those areas. So another thing that I could see, it's an element around educating our people in terms of from basics, where then you put coding and software development. That will create innovation around this area through technology.
All right, here's a tweet. You mentioned social media from Ngaba Ngandela, who says, I must say thank you to you for showing young people from Queenstown that it can be done. Luvuyo, thanks so much for your time this evening. Luvuyo Rani is co-founder of Silulo Ulutho Technologies. Now, Nigeria is Africa's biggest economy. Despite this, a new report finds that almost 40% of the country's population has no financial access. Reporter Kutaza Matoti filed this report for us.
Financial Development Organization, IFINA, has released some startling figures in its latest report. In total, some 39.5% of Nigerians are financially excluded. That means almost 37 million out of a population of 178 million have no access to financial services. But the latest study finds that the number of unbanked Nigerians has climbed from 32.5% to 36.3% of the population. This includes those with bank accounts, insurance, pensions, mobile money, or microfinance products. In South Africa, 23.5% are considered to be financially excluded, while in Kenya, it's about a quarter of the population, thanks to a growing number of people with microservice bank accounts. In October, the Central Bank of Nigeria vowed to narrow the gap. It launched a campaign to drive down financial exclusion from 46.3% recorded in 2010 to 20% in the next 6 years. The bank stated, financial inclusion is a long journey. It is important that we continue to take this seriously. The Central Bank of Nigeria is committed to this journey. The bank stressed that financial service providers will have to boost efforts to reach youth, women, northern Nigerians, and rural area dwellers, currently the most excluded groups. Kutaza Matoti, Johannesburg.
Our daily question and answer feature is up next. Stay with us.